All right, we're about ready to begin here. Hello. Welcome to the Rough Report. My name is Jimmy Ruffian, and we are reporting live from Ottawa, joined by my co-host, Nat. Welcome.
In her bedhead.
In her bedhead, in her cute little nightie, as she does. Jessica cannot join us for tonight's show. Unfortunately, her cat is not doing well, and I hope her year-old cat is feeling better soon.
Yeah, I know that she's got some old babies.
Switch the background there. That was too purple. All right, so yeah, we just got a bit of a fun and loose episode for today. I mean, there's some obvious news stories that we could be getting into, but quite frankly, it's just too stupid. The whole thing about the tariffs is dumb. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else to say about it. You know what I mean?
They're not least of all dumb because we've already been playing this dog and pony show for like almost 2 years, and it is reaped zero benefit.
Yeah.
Sorry, except for the companies who got refunded for their tariffs. So for them, things are going great.
And how did they get refunded for the tariffs?
What do you mean?
Like how what mechanism?
Through the courts. The courts decided that the tariffs weren't valid, and
Right.
so the refund is not going to the consumers who paid more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting funneled.
Where is that money for the refund actually coming from? I can only assume public dollars.
I mean,
right?
so my understanding, and I'm not an economist, and so I could be way off and embarrassing myself right now, which is fine. My understanding is that the tariffs themselves are collected like taxes at the point of like when you ship something in.
Mhm.
So before it can get cleared through customs, then there's tariffs that have to get paid,
Right.
and then they go on. So from that source, I presume they're collected and put into a little savings bond ish thing.
Okay.
Functionally, I don't know shit
So
about
basically, I kind of pulled it up here because I was asking kind of earnestly.
I believe it, and I was giving you my earnest understanding at this point, and
Yeah.
so you know.
So businesses received tariff reimbursements by filing online claims through a specialized U.S. Customs and Border Protection portal after the Supreme Court ruled the levy is illegal.
Yeah.
The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that enacting sweeping tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act exceeded presidential authority. Customs and Border Protection launched the consolidated administration and processing of entries online system via the automated commercial environment portal. Direct importers of record and authorized customs brokers submitted documentation, banking details, and entry data to recalculate and claim duties paid. The government has processed and paid out tens of billions of dollars, roughly 100 billion of the estimated 166 billion collected, returning funds directly to eligible corporations and smaller enterprises. So by the sounds of it, at the very it's not so much stealing from the public coffers. At least
they've already stolen from the public.
Exactly.
Insofar as
exactly
the public paid the tariffs through price increases.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
but note that prices didn't.
So prices going up as a result of these tariffs and the consumer paying that cost. Allows essentially the corporations who are getting reimbursements to double dip on those profits.
Yeah. So it's the ratchet effect of they keep increasing the cost, but it doesn't go back.
Right. Fun. That's cool. That's super cool. Cool stuff. Yeah. So I guess, in a manner of speaking, the corporations aren't super upset about these tariffs. They're not really
I mean,
hurting.
ish, right? Like
Ish.
there's absolutely industries that are going to feel it, such as farming. Um,
Yeah.
it's not exactly an industry where, uh, if you suddenly have massive tariffs on fertilizer, then,
Mhm.
it's fine, everything's okay. Like it's kind of a big fucking deal. Um, so yeah, yeah, no, no, yeah, very Canadian thing to say. Yeah, no, no, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, yeah.
Uh, all right, I'm just pulling a couple things up here.
Yeah.
Bear
So
with me.
also, I want to make note that um, the wrong people are dying.
Yeah, yeah,
It's been
yeah.
an
We had a
awful
big
week.
week. Yeah, we had a big week. We
Yeah.
lost Dolly,
Yeah.
a true treasure, and like one of the things I admire about her is her ability as an artist to be political,
Hmm.
but without being political. You know what I mean? She was able to walk this tightrope of not being like this explicitly political entity, but doing political things in the sense of she just preached acceptance. Very
I mean, in my opinion, it's not that she wasn't political. It's just she went about it in the same sort of manner as um, uh, Mr. Rogers,
yeah,
right? Of like, using her platform and money as politics.
yeah.
Um,
Teaching people to read,
yeah.
or getting books for kids. Just
Yeah.
simply saying, "Hey, I have people in my life, in my family that are LGBTQ, and I love and accept
Hmm.
them." Period. That's where it ends. That's where the buck stops. Am I debating this any further? No, I am not.
Yeah. It's not up for debate. That's just
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I'm
It's
at.
not up for debate. I love and accept people. The end.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I enjoy that. I think that's a very positive thing.
Yeah. And
Um,
then
so,
Tim Curry.
and then Tim Curry, of course,
Yeah.
who a queer icon in his own right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Frankenfurter, I
Yeah.
think had a huge impact on the cultural zeitgeist of how we view
Yeah.
queerdom, camp, self-expression in
Yeah.
that
Drag.
realm, drag. Yeah. I can definitely say when I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show, that was like my first real, like I saw it when I was young. My mom showed it to me,
Hmm.
and I did not get uh, what I was watching, right? Like this was my
Mhm.
first introduction into like this kind of media,
Yeah.
and I found myself fascinated and blown away,
Mhm.
and in a very, very eye-opening experience that, like, yeah, people can be freaky and fun and campy and silly and serious kind of all at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was very eye-widening thing for young me in very positive ways.
Mhm.
Um,
And then there's also Peter Cullen,
oh yeah, yeah,
Optimus
the
Prime.
Optimus Prime, yeah.
Yeah.
Not as big an icon as the former two, but I
But
think very
still
important to a
beloved
lot of,
in
yeah, beloved,
yeah.
and he did a lot of voices. Like Optimus Prime was
Yeah.
his most famous one, but he did a lot of voices.
Yeah.
If you are here watching live, be part of the comments. Be sure to contribute to the conversation. We will react and pull your comments up and things like that. So you can. This is an interactive show. If you want to interact with it.
And if you
Uh,
don't, then we're just gonna chat with each other,
yeah,
so that's
exactly, exactly.
fine.
Here I had some things pulled up here. Here I want to open
I
this
can
up.
still see some of the scarring from my
Oh, from your
yeah.
surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's numb, I
Uh,
can't feel it.
and for those of
Bodies
you who
are
don't know,
hilarious.
she did not get implants. She got cancer removed. So,
I got the
here,
opposite.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what's the
If
opposite of
anything,
implant? Lumpectomy. Fuck off.
yeah,
Yeah, and honestly, like anyone who purposely goes through any elective cosmetic surgery, you're fucking braver than me because this shit sucks. It's complete bullshit, and I'm over it.
yeah,
If you'd asked like younger me if I'd considered um, nose job, breast implants, lipo, yada yada, I'd probably be like, yeah, I don't see why not. And whereas now I'm just like, fuck, and I have to heal more on purpose. No, I'd rather just pay a trainer to kick my ass, and I'll just deal with whatever the fuck I got going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus. Hey, Aggie.
Hey, thanks for being part of the
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
the conversation here.
So the wrong people are dying. We still don't have any official announcement of Mitch McConnell's passing, which is
Yeah.
so sus.
That man is so dead.
He's so
He
dead.
is so dead.
But this is very likely a dry run to see how it's going to go and how long they can hide it when the Cheetolini goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because like there's no way that they're not considering how they would deal with that. And
Yeah.
there's no way that with its timing they're just like, "Oh, just this guy specifically. Yeah, we just specifically want to keep him hush hush." And everyone's fine with that. And the fact that the Democratic Party has let it go since June of him not being seen in public, like just
like, I think maybe some of them see it as like, oh, that's just one less vote. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if Mitch McConnell can't be there to vote, then that's like good for us. But at the same time,
it's
uh,
insane to allow
it,
that.
yeah,
It's nuts.
like it is so anti-democratic in the fact that, like, you basically have this guy collecting the paycheck for
You
his
have an
job,
entire staff collecting
and
pay.
an entire staff,
Yeah,
but ultimately getting no representation.
none.
And there is a very intelligent way that if the
Mhm.
Democrats were inspired to do so, they could really capitalize on that and be like basically be hammering home, hey, look how little they care about you.
Yeah,
Look how little they only care about their own power,
yeah,
holding on to their own power,
yeah,
and screw you.
yeah.
That is the message that they should be sending. But, of course, Democrats seem more and more right wing all the time.
Mm,
Especially as they try and fight and reject progress in the form of, like, DSA candidates becoming increasingly
yeah.
popular, things like that. Uh,
I love how Mamdani has been mayor for less than a year, and he is just obliterated every excuse that politicians have given for being
yeah,
ineffectual.
yeah. He has shown that, yeah, if you actually want to do things, you
Yeah,
can.
yeah,
You can.
yeah. Like apparently
The
people are like
incompetence is deliberate. Yeah.
people will like message him on social media and say that there's a pothole that's needs to get filled, and then bingo bango bongo,
Yeah.
fucking
It
potholes
actually
are
gets
filled.
filled.
He just I in this past week, might have been last night, I don't know, um paid for tens of thousands of parents to have babysitting so that they could have a night to themselves.
Yeah.
Like that is how, and the headline that I read, that is basically how you do pro-life,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Is that
and
you
not
need to
only
give
that,
people like
but it is
quality of life
like
and
stuff like that is good for everybody. Like,
yeah,
this is what, like, oh, we're paying all this money so these people can have babysitters. You know what it means when they can have babysitters? That they're going out and spending money on local businesses,
yeah.
stimulating the local economy,
Or maybe
contributing to local culture.
yeah.
They're being like, it's just improving quality of life for
Mhm.
everybody. And it isn't just giving money so the poors can have a free ride. No, like that. Like, we don't look at it that way
I mean,
when we
I'm
give
also fine
corporate
with that.
subsidy. I'm also fine with that. But, like, I'm just saying, like, mechanically, tangibly,
Yeah,
materially,
yeah,
these are positive things that aren't just giving poor people money. There is actually a greater effect that comes from that.
Yeah.
And we certainly don't say those things when we give like billions of dollars to corporations and things like that in subsidies. Oh, they're going to stimulate the economy if we give them this huge tax break.
No.
And
Then they
yeah,
fucking don't.
and then they don't, or like, even if they do stimulate the economy, well, to what end? They're still underpaying the entire
No.
workforce that they hired. So it's take at the end of the day. And
No.
it's like, they're finding every excuse to not pay their taxes and recontribute back into the system that is benefiting them ever so much.
And look what the taxes do when they're appropriately used by
Yes,
mayors such as Ma'am Danny. Holy shit!
exactly,
Suddenly the system
exactly.
looks like it fucking works, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And so that this is, make no mistake, this is purposeful. They want it to make like it look like it does not work
yeah,
by putting people in the positions of power who make it not work. Because then they can continue to underfund and defund things, starve the beast, and be like, well, look, this clearly doesn't work. We need a private option. It's like, no, it worked until you starved it and broke it.
yeah. Yeah, socialized systems absolutely work in
Yeah.
as far as the people running them want them to.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much that simple. So if like, when you find socialized healthcare is failing you, that is
Mhm.
a deliberate action.
Yeah.
That isn't the natural result of socialized healthcare. No, that is an unnatural result
Yeah.
deliberately done.
Yeah. And
So
like the one thing I'm thankful for, because in Ontario, often you want to see a doctor because you've got like let's say you got a broken leg and then you got to sit in the emerge for like 12 hours or something,
yeah.
or if you've got a chronic issue, like maybe you've got a UTI and I can't get in with my family doctor for like 2 fucking weeks or something.
Mhm.
The one part that's working right now is if you have cancer, holy shit, everything works fucking quickly. And so like this is not to say that the other parts need to get privatized. This is to say that they have prioritized and like held on with like white knuckles to this part of the system so that when you've got something serious, it gets done quickly. And we need to broaden this. We need more of this. I mean, it's great that it's been so quick for me to get in with um, to get my biopsy done, to get my surgery done, to go in for radiation and stuff. But I want so that if you do break your leg, you're not waiting for 12 hours in
Yeah,
emerge because like you're stable, but other people are dying ahead of you. I want everyone to be able to get in quickly to get their fucking UTI sorted. I want people to be able to um, have something that they notice that is kind of off, but have doctors who have time to work with them, so that a beginning of an issue, a symptom, doesn't get ignored until you're just falling apart. I want us to have preventative health care. For one, it's cheaper. For two, health outcomes are a lot better for a workforce, not least of all.
yeah.
And just we should have more of
Again, when
this.
we spend money through socialized systems, it benefits all of society. Like, if you can, like, there is a actual kind of even pro business angle. You could look at it if you want to twist it that way, an economic benefit to paying for socialized medicine
Yeah.
because, that person is able to get back to work,
Yeah.
instead of being just sick and held up and losing money and draining the economy or not being able to contribute to society. We are giving them the tools that they need that allows them to be contributing members of society. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, even like the poor and lazy
Mhm.
want to contribute something to society, and
Yeah.
if they don't, and they have some sort of like antisocial tendency to them, there's also an underlying problem to that, in as far as, why don't they, why do they feel isolated from society, what political conditions have brought them to this end.
Mhm.
It is not a natural like 2 plus 2 outcome. It's unnatural, again, in that, we do this to people. Do
Mhm.
we want to put people in a position where they can be back up on their feet, or do we want to debilitate them economically?
Well,
Uh,
especially
eh,
when uh, with healthcare, if your access takes so long that by the time you were actually seen that the issue that was acute has become chronic, now that's more expensive too. Or such as Jessica was saying, getting her daughter into the autism program,
Right.
that was pushed back by years.
Right.
And she's also not getting the level of care that she needs for her level of disability. And
Yep.
so right there are examples of being penny smart and pound stupid by spending less up front, but the costs to the economic cost for these individuals is exponentially higher than if we'd actually invested in healthcare. Because like that is what literally every area of our society right now that is failing, falling apart, not working requires investment. It requires money that we won't see immediate returns on. And
Mhm.
so these fucking people who are like, well, I want a businessman in government. Fuck you. That's how we got into this goddamn problem. We need people who can look past the 4 years of their term and have the balls to actually put into place programs that will extend far beyond when when their term has ended, when their political career has ended. You know, that you need to think in 20, 50-year stints
Yeah.
in order for anything really great to happen. If you're only thinking about what I can do today, um, like what I can do for shareholder value today,
Mhm.
um, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's where we've gotten. That's where all
Well,
the problems of our society
yeah,
have gotten.
exactly, because it's extremely short-sighted. It's take the money and run and not contribute anything back, and that is essentially like what capitalism is at the end of the day. It is a
Yeah.
philosophy of taking what you can and running away with your bag,
Well,
and not.
especially with
Yeah.
all this vulture capitalism of like buying businesses and then just strip mining them.
Yeah.
Like all of that is about extracting maximum value and leaving nothing of the business that was created that the consumers recognized and appeal to them to begin with. Like, for example, Tim Hortons, which
Yeah.
is, not nonprofit, but I'm just saying in terms of capitalism. Like Tim Hortons, it was bought by this multinational corporation. They fucked off with the coffee. They fucked off with the donuts. They fucked off with like it's not even Canadian anymore. So they've basically like extracted everything of that made that business likable and valuable. Um, and I'm convinced that the only reason that they're still in fucking business is because uh, a lot of people don't know that they're no longer Canadian owned. B, it's convenient, and C, they already had all these Tim Hortons all over the fucking place. Because if you try to sell people on Tim Hortons as a new business today, people would be like, "Why would I go here? Your coffee sucks. Your food is
Yeah,
shit. What
and
the fuck?"
there is, yeah, it's like this vague legacy idea, like
Yeah.
this loose Canadiana,
Hmm.
yeah, like Tim Hortons, yeah. There's no way you could launch Tim Hortons today
No.
the way that it is
Yeah.
and expect people to buy into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fact that they are already kind of on every street corner in Canadian cities. That's the only thing that's keeping them going is the stuff that they managed to accumulate and own, and that's kind of force it on to people
Yeah.
because it's not like at this point anyone chooses to go to Tim Hortons. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I
I
don't think
know some
anybody.
people who do, but
Okay,
I also
I
disagree
gotta
with their.
fly in the studio. I'm gonna try and kill it without zapping my camera because it's sitting right on top of my. Oh, I got him. Ah, I tricked him into flying into it.
Amazing.
All right. God, the flies in the house are driving us crazy. Ever since it gets cold at night, I think all the flies have found a secret entry into
Yeah,
our
and
house.
I don't even know where that secret entry is. I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
figured it out. Have you?
I
Like,
haven't yet. I haven't yet.
fuck.
But we're killing them in droves. Let me tell you.
Mm.
Um.
Yeah,
So.
so Aggie
Yeah.
just said when she first landed in Canada, she ordered a hot chocolate at the airport and felt like that was a taste of sadness. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah,
and it hasn't
especially
gotten
Tim
better.
Hortons hot chocolate, because it's just like a really crappy powder in hot water.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, for those of you who don't know, if you're not making your hot chocolate with like milk or something as the
Or
base,
cream.
and you're
Yeah.
just doing it with water, like love yourself more, it's just it is the taste of sadness.
No.
When I actually when I was working at Tim, one of my first jobs was working at Tim Hortons when I was like 16, and I was turned on to the brilliant idea of, yeah, like not only adding a substantial amount of milk to the hot chocolate as it comes out of the machine, but also add a peppermint tea bag to it. You got yourself mint hot chocolate, and that elevates the whole thing. Secret
You
menu idea.
you
Uh,
fancy milky boy.
yeah, yeah. So we had kind of like a couple of funny right wing moments that I wanted to pull up here, or just kind of like make fun of right wing media in general. I had a couple things that I wanted to put up here.
Mm.
This one from a few weeks ago, from the Jubilee show Surrounded. I'm sure we've all seen clips of this before, like Sam
Oh,
Skeeter
yeah.
has gone on there before. This one is funny on multiple levels. Like, I don't really trust this channel, this organization that does the Surrounded show, Jubilee.
Yeah.
They're kind of I don't know. There's a lot of critique you could glean from it. For
Mhm.
example, this freaking schmuck here. Here, let me get the screen pulled up. Here we go. Timmy Pool in his signature beanie. Yeah, God. Like the fact that this guy even got invited on this show after the whole thing with his how do you say, Tenet? Do you remember that Tenet Media and
No.
the right wing Russian dark money?
I
And
know, but the
he was basically being funded by that, caught red handed being a paid propagandist for right wing interests, right?
yeah.
The guy in the back is named David, the green shirt. I debated him on TikTok. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Because from what I saw in this, him being against Tim, from what I had seen, he actually did pretty good and really got under Tim's skin. And there's a great meme of him doing like the crying thing behind Tim. Another guy who was on this episode. Oh, that's awesome. I wish I got to see that. I wish I got to see that.
You should link it to us so we can watch it.
Yeah. Like, well, if it was alive, there may not be a link to view. But this is I wanted to bring this up because this is the moment Tim Pool rage quits this show, which is so funny because like the format of this show and the way it's laid out, if you have any spine at all, you shouldn't have to rage quit. Like this guy can't hold being held to any real scrutiny at all. Here, let me get Sean's comment up here. David told me he thinks that chattel slavery ended because people realized it was an inefficient business and chose to stop.
Yeah, that's why I made that face. That's why. Yeah, I'm like, okay, buddy. Yeah, sure. That's why they fought a war over it.
I can't get over it because like when I did a TikTok live before going live on here today, as I have been doing for the past few weeks, and I am continuously amazed at like right wing or even like so-called centrist or people who imagine themselves as centrists or what have you, their ability to so confidently say just the most wildly incoherent things.
Yeah. And be so aggrieved when they're not taken seriously.
Yeah. Like I had a guy come on and he's like, was yelling at me to define socialism. So I wanted to give like more, I guess, a nuanced view on socialism rather than just reading the dictionary definition.
Yeah.
But he very much wanted me to just read the dictionary definition. To what end, I don't know. So I foolishly brought him up as a guest, and he proceeded to just read the definition. I was like, okay, and he's like, well, you believe, according to you said blah, blah, blah. And it was like, nothing, like I can't even repeat it because it was so incoherent and nothing remotely close to anything I was saying. And
I think he was trying to make a point about property, but he doesn't even understand the difference.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
property.
exactly. Like he was so loose on all the definitions and the context of what those definitions are. Like when we talk about private property versus public property versus what's personal property. There's the other one. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to know how to like kind of separate any of those things. So he was congealing them all together in his head. And he ended up saying something so incoherent that I just disconnected him. I was just like, I can't even respond to whatever complete nonsense you're spewing right now. So like
point he thought he was making is just like,
I find myself just like fascinated at their ability to say things that are just make you like any intelligent person go, what? It's amazing. But yeah, here's Tim Pool being a complete fail son little bitch boy like he tends to be.
My next surrounded claim is that the United States is tracking towards a civil war.
There's four. Now, he has been saying there's a civil war is coming for like his entire time on the internet. He like it's coming any day now. It's any day now. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, is it gonna be tomorrow? It might be.
That have the word civil war in it.
Correct.
With big fonts on the front.
They sure do.
So why is that? It's sensationalist. It's easy to get clicks on that. There's a reason why you say it, because it's very profitable for your business.
Not necessarily. But we have 1,600 episodes of just IRL.
There comes a point where people stop taking your predictions seriously.
Are you going to make an argument, or are you mad at me?
I'm not.
What a weird thing to say.
He's already getting like this almost like personal ego aggrievement. Like, oh, you just want to yell at me. It's like, no, he is actually making a point about you repeatedly hammering on the Civil War thing without actually like bringing substance to it.
Okay, then let's make an argument about whether or not we are tracking. No. If you're making an argument, you don't like my thumbnails, or you say my name over and over again.
I'm saying that you say bullshit in order to get money. But what I really think is
let me ask you a question.
The predictions.
Let me ask you a question you can't answer.
I will agree with you that there's increased polarization. I would attribute a lot of that to people being specifically online.
Let me ask.
There's a lot less interaction with people that are.
He's not like even letting him make the point. He's already disagreeing with him before like the words have left his mouth, and he wants to interrupt him and steamroll all over him. But Aggie makes a great point here. Why do they make it our duty to explain the basics to them? It's like, and especially in the format of TikTok Live, it's like they want to quiz you, like, you know, like it's a game of trivia or something like that. And it's just like, no, if you want to contribute to the conversation, just say something that at least gives me some semblance of an idea that you are in touch with reality, know what you're talking about at all, like actually say a coherent statement. Just sitting there going, define things for me. It's like, I'm not your dancing monkey here, man. You come here with at least a semblance of what you know what you're talking about, and I might take you seriously, you know? Never been my job to educate anybody. And like, I appreciate that. Like, I think I consider it my job in a way to educate people. But like, you know, I come on here to hopefully, you know, educate in some way. Well, while we have some fun along the way, of course.
Yeah, but that's also like a choice that you make. You don't have like, if someone burst into our living room, they're like, educate me, you'd be like, what the fuck, get out of here. Whereas like you put yourself out there intentionally to be like, look, if you want to have a conversation, then yes,
don't like start saying something like, oh yeah, you know, socialism means that everybody's poor or something like that. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take that seriously. I'm not going to entertain what it is you're trying to get at, because you're coming from a point of not only like just ignorance, but like you are sunken into that ignorance, right? Like there's no basis for talking here, because already I have to start off by correcting basic definitions of things, and it's like, what kind of conversation can we have from that, you know?
And as Aggie says, that It's your job. You're a white dude.
Yeah,
walking your
exactly.
entire dream job.
Yeah, most certainly.
Yeah.
And
Take a fucking break. We'll handle the shit that comes from us.
Here, I wanted to pull something up because it reminded me of something. And honestly, when it comes to being a socialist, being a leftist, and talking about reaching out to people and educating and doing that, there is a quote that I love to go to about this.
Yeah, while you're looking for that quote, you need to have a receptive audience, right? If someone comes up and they're like, I don't like communism because communism means that I don't have a toothbrush. And you can just be like, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to entertain this. You're not worth my time. You could be a bot. You might not even exist. I don't know. This is we're in the dead internet at the same time. Whereas if you're having a conversation with someone, they're like, I don't quite Oh, thank you, Aggie. I don't quite understand this. If they're coming from a place of like, look, this is my view. This is why I've come to understand. Can you help, sort of square these circles? Then that's different. That's someone who wants to have an actual exchange of ideas. But when you come across someone who just wants to loudly say their idea at your face, that's not a conversation. That's someone just looking for a confrontation, and you don't need to give them the outlet to do that.
Wow. Okay. I'm not finding the exact quote I was hoping to find. I'm finding all kinds of other quotes, though, which are kind of prescient to what I'm talking about here.
Close enough.
But Thomas Sankara, he was the Marxist revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso. And he was one of my favorite real world examples of an evolutionary, and almost every quote he has is pure gold. Like for this one here, the revolution and women's liberation go together. We do not talk of women's emancipation as an act of charity or out of a surge of human compassion. It is a basic necessity for the revolution to triumph. Women hold up the other half of the sky. But the one I really wanted to get at was that I could not find, but I know I've read it many, many times in graphics in this form. But he says, as revolutionaries, part of being a revolutionary is to educate. We must be always willing to educate. And so, like, in certain contexts, I could totally get why a person would be like, it's not my job to educate. But when we're trying to speak on like a revolutionary point of view, yes, it is. Yeah, like it is our job. But I mean, it's not everybody's job all the time, 24/7. Of course, there are limitations. We gotta be.
We're allowed to have
boundaries.
We're allowed to like decide the context within which we are available for this. But the work is far from done. Because look at where the fuck we're at right now.
Anyway, I was getting distracted from the Tim Pool thing. Let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Are in different camps.
Let me you defer.
Where you can say that
Let me ask you a question.
War every fucking year and it doesn't happen. And
I never said
it just hasn't happened yet.
Let me ask you a
question. Or if it does happen, you say, see, I've had it all
Let me ask you a question.
You're the same thing as like the Christian rapture people who say that the rapture's coming every fucking year. And when it doesn't happen,
do you want a soapbox? Do you want me to get you a soapbox?
It's really
I can leave.
easy.
You want me to
it's
go?
really easy to do what you do. It's really easy to do what you do. Like you say,
what do you mean soapbox? It's literally
next year.
Why do you think you're there?
Make sure it's coming. Make sure you subscribe to Timcast. Continue to watch my videos, please. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram.
I mean, Buddy wrecked him with something that's kind of weak. Like it wasn't even like he wasn't even making like a super strong, obliterating Tim Pool's whole worldview kind of point. It was pretty soft, but the fact that Tim just didn't want to hear it at all.
Why did you go?
Yeah, like what did you think this is gonna be, Tim?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like
that they had to sit there and listen to you like it's your own podcast. Like, come on. It's crazy. But like, I mean, if you've ever watched Tim Pool's show, like I watched him a while back when Emma Vigilant from the Majority Report was on there. She had the balls to go in there into the lion's den with those freaking weirdos, and he was nothing but belligerent, rude. It was like he was in his glory in a way, being able to like just angrily yell and scream at this woman. And she just sort of sat there and took it, right? She gave her responses and stuff, but like he was being so belligerent towards her, and she just sat there calmly and took it. But when the table is turned, even the slightest degree, he couldn't handle it for how long was that? 30 seconds? Like,
wasn't a long time.
How do you take, like, anybody out there who like kind of watches this shit and is like a fan of Tim Pool, like, how do you take that seriously? How do you respect that? Do you respect that? Do you find that respectful? I don't know how you do. It's pretty wild to me. And then so yeah, even like aside from that, he oh well, not he, but another he, this fucking guy, this clown ass motherfucker right here. Yeah, the guy who his wife left him because he's an abusive, belligerent piece of shit, and we all saw the videotape of him doing that to his wife. And yeah, so this guy who denied being a fascist all these times, oh, these lefties love to throw around the word fascism, blah, blah, blah. He decided to go full mask off with this dumbass video of his, The Case for Fascism. And of course, like, how is he establishing the case for fascism? What are his bullet points? The same bullet points we constantly, as leftists, say, hey, if people say shit like this, it's an indication of their fascism. And he's just going out there full bore and being like he's making a good point that nobody else has really made before. And it's so funny because it really highlights the importance of his audience to be ignorant in order for these explanations to actually work, right?
And also, they have to be ignorant to think that he was mask on.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, and it ties into, you know, the thing that I know myself and many other comrades hammer on, that anti-communism is always fascism. And he really makes it very clear right here in an undeniable way. So let's hear it.
Even the bad fascists, they were a mistaken response to equally bad Marxists or leftists. And Marxism, communism, has killed far more people, and it's not even close. It's not even close. How often do you...
like all of that is, you know, complete bullshit.
But also,
it touches on a very important point that no, like the fascists actually weren't bad because they had to fight those bad communists.
Yeah. And also, the only part of the mask is him acting like people dying is bad.
Yeah. And he's saying, oh, it was this mistaken reaction. But like he says mistaken, like he's padding it, like he doesn't want to come off as, you know, explicitly Nazi. But then he goes on to kind of contradict himself.
You hear the accusation of fascism. Okay. What do you think it means?
It doesn't matter what you think it means. It's a matter what it actually means, you dumb fuck.
All right. To begin with.
Yeah. Okay. Comment what you think fascism means. I need the interaction. I need, like, you know what I mean? Like, it is so baiting.
I need you to monetize this because I've got
communism, Marxism,
child support to pay now.
Yeah, exactly.
Socialism, responsible for at least 100 million deaths.
Yes, the good old 100 million deaths. The quote taken right out of the Black Book of Communism, which, you know, those 100 million deaths, you know what's among those 100 million deaths? The Nazi soldiers that the communists killed. They consider that part of that 100 million, by the way.
Tell me how
people that died from natural causes that just happened to be under the USSR, that, you know, they counted that. But, you know, never mind the literal hundreds of millions of people that had to be slaughtered in order to establish the United States and capitalism itself. The like 90% of the indigenous population of that patch of land completely completely eradicated, and so white people could colonize it and turn it and establish capitalism. And not to mention the main springboard that began global capitalism as we know it, chattel slavery, and the amount of suffering and death that slavery caused. Yeah, never mind all of those hundreds of millions of deaths. No, let's count the Nazi soldiers that were killed.
But also, how is that monument to the victims of communism coming along in Canada?
Yeah. The one that we had to destroy or discontinue because we realized it featured the names of a bunch of fucking Nazis on it. Is that the one you're referring to? That monument?
So many Nazis.
Fucking idiots.
The 20th century. Okay.
Yeah, like 20 million deaths, 65 million deaths, 1 million deaths. Like, oh my God. It's just.
And I love that it's just like
silly.
remove
like,
numbers.
Yeah,
the numbers.
The total approaches 100 million. Like, yeah, these numbers have no context to them. It is highly dependent on his audience not knowing anything in order for these bullet points to work at all.
Yeah.
It
requires no follow-up questions because he doesn't have answers. These are numbers that throw themselves.
Yeah, naked propaganda. Absolutely naked propaganda.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But you know what isn't propaganda? Here, I got to pull it up here because, again, I hate using AI overviews, but this information is accurate. It is cited. I have the articles listed on the side. You can see it for yourself. The Holocaust Museum of Houston, The Guardian, and The Conversation have all cited these points. They are indeed accurate. I've read about this many times before. So please go ahead and fact check me. An estimated 55 to 56 million indigenous people died during the first century and a half of European colonizations. The Americas representing roughly 90% of the native population. So a full-on genocide in order to establish America. That, that they're not putting that in the black book of capitalism now, are they? Introduced pathogens like smallpox, measles, influenza, and the bubonic plague caused the vast majority of fatalities because indigenous populations had no natural immunity. But also, one of the convenient things that's being glazed over in this overview in that is that they used this biowarfare very much on purpose. I mean, we've all heard of smallpox blankets. Like, come on. To say that this was something that just sort of happened because the indigenous didn't have natural immunity.
But also,
we don't have natural immunity to measles and influenza either. We still have to get flu shots. People die of the flu and measles all the time, or at least not anymore because, thank you, vaccines.
But also, keep in mind, these are tactics that are also have been historically in use of allowing disease to spread in order to increase the fatality numbers. That's how Anne Frank died. That's how people are dying in ICE concentration centers right now. That's how folks are dying in Gaza. So if you remove all ability to access clean water and vaccines and medicines, then you're creating the conditions for people to die, and they do. So that's not something that is just unique to that one specific period in history. This is currently being used as a tactic of war.
Absolutely. And nobody talks about when, like, how many people die when market crashes happen as a result of capitalist economic policy,
or when you can't afford insulin,
and things like that. Things that actually are a direct result of the economic system. There's no self-reflection there whatsoever. But again, these are like this obvious propaganda coming from Steven Crowder. The author of a lot of these reports that he's citing himself have denied these claims and called it naked propaganda.
Seems to me that should be the starting off point for every semester of history.
Yeah, but if we tried to teach American history about, like, the slaughter of the indigenous and how bad slavery was, suddenly it's like, oh, but we have the best system, like there's always this dancing around it. But in his mind, we need to educate people about how evil Marxism is. But no, we cannot have that same self-reflection about our own economic system. No, only propaganda. How dare you teach history?
Certainly economics, when you're looking at different socioeconomic systems. 100 million dead minimum to begin with.
He's making it sound like socialists came along and then people just died. No further details.
Yeah.
Like, how did they die? What was the
Well,
context?
I mean, that's the thing, is that if you go into detail, then everything
the whole thing falls apart. Yeah, exactly.
And so
I don't know how anybody can feel intelligent listening to this guy and go, yeah, just 100 million dead. Socialism came, 100 million dead.
Because they don't know what any of the details mean. They don't know the question to ask.
How do they not go, okay, but how though? Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
They don't ask, but how though? That's the problem.
Religion is the cause of all wars, right? 100 million dead, communism, that's the toll.
I will agree with them there, because that's an argument I have with atheistic people all the time, that religion causes all wars. I would say I softly agree with him on that point alone, because I don't think religion is actually the cause of a lot of wars. I think it is a very good tool, a rallying cry that can get people motivated and, get your soldiers, down for the cause or what have you. It can certainly be a tool, but it's not the cause. Let's be real here.
Now, when action is taken to disinfect a nation, and sometimes I will admit,
sorry, what was that? What was that word he just used?
Yeah.
Sorry, let's hear that again.
Action is taken to disinfect a nation, and
okay.
Yeah.
Let's let that roll. Let that marinate. He just referred to disinfecting a nation.
Yeah.
What?
He's already making the case for fascism. So
exactly.
Sometimes I will admit, very radical action taken.
Okay, so sometimes very radical action is necessary in order to cleanse your nation. Okay.
Continue. To deal with the root ideology and systems that have led to the death of 100 million people, the left,
Okay, so again, socialists killing Nazis, not the same thing as what he's talking about. No, not the same.
Fascism. The problem is fascism has been used historically, not in the way that you've been told. It's been used against communism, because with communism, socialism, right? You vote them in, you have to shoot your way out.
Like that doesn't even make any sense. You vote them in, you have to shoot your way out. What are you talking about? There's no connection.
Who, out of what?
These guys love to just say things. It's really bizarre.
But it's also like this is a prime example of people not understanding the questions of functionally, what the fuck are you talking about?
Stalin's supposed purges of political dissidents and stuff like that in order to secure the USSR and the revolution and things like that. That was bad and evil, but also sometimes you have to take radical action to disinfect your nation. Like, buddy, you no reflection on that whatsoever. Come on, it's subjectively insane and stupid.
Yeah.
Communism, socialism, right? You vote them in, you have to shoot your way out.
Incoherent statement. Just bloody stupid. It's like, you have ice cream, you have to stub your toe. That's about as much sense as that statement made.
You want to adopt a cat, then you got to let the dogs take over driving the car.
Nationalize the means of production, distribution, which, by the way, is the goal of Marxism.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
It sounds good.
All right. He said one accurate thing.
Yeah. Well, I said at the beginning before this clip, the one thing he is making very naked, and I hope intelligent people grasp onto this, because even he agrees that on a very fundamental level, anti-communism is fascism. That is almost essentially the thesis of what he's saying there, except he's saying it's a good thing. But yeah,
But
like
that's because
whenever
he's a
you hear
fascist.
people being explicitly anti-communist and talking about the evils of Marxism, you should immediately know what their ideology actually is. Okay, because he's laying it bare right here.
So you've probably been taught, or maybe not even taught. You just have teachers point to historical examples of fascists, maybe even just one or two, and then go, see, fascism bad. Have you done a little bit more? Well, hold on a second. We always want to ask why. It doesn't justify it, but the left, who is so...
Oh, now he wants to ask why.
Yeah, now we're asking
now we're asking questions. Okay.
Someone commits a heinous crime against an innocent person and is willing to fight to get them out of prison, which they also don't believe in. That's a part of Marxism. They're not willing...
Marxism is not inherently anti-prison.
Or anti-violence or anti
like,
which
there is
side
no
fought the
historical
Nazis to
example
get-
of that at all.
Yeah.
Like the reason that leftists in the West want to say abolish the prison system and abolish police is because it is based on a history of protecting white supremacy and protecting capitalist interest. That is the backbone of the policing and prisoner system that we have in the West. That is why we want to abolish it. It's not abolish it and then let crime run free. It's no, abolish it and build something actually functional in its place.
Yeah.
That is what it means. But, you know, if you
But
depend
also,
on your
like-
audience to be a bunch of stupid goobers, then this is what
but
you get,
also
right?
it's like, oh, you need to go in and rescue these people. Yeah, that's why the Nazis were murdered.
Yeah,
Because we're trying to
trying to
make it fun-
rescue the people that they were going to kill and made it their explicit goal that we are going to kill all of you, you know?
Ask why someone may have risen to power with a mandate of the masses against the representatives of an ideology that has killed, again, 100 million people in the 20th century. So here's how we're going to define fascism. The way the left does. Every time someone does something to prevent the left from completely subverting a nation or to try and reverse course. The left wants you to believe.
Again, because as he has made quite explicit, and I keep emphasizing as well, anti-communism is fascism. So when you start being explicitly anti-communist, we might have some accusations about fascism.
And I want to reverse course because we're heading towards a climate catastrophe. We're in the climate catastrophe. Like, we've already like sideswiped that iceberg. It's just a matter of whether we're going to continue to.
Where was that flash flood that just happened?
Nepal.
Nepal flash flood that killed like at least
basically.
400 people, and it was the result of a glacier melting.
And that I don't know if you watched the videos of that. Devastating and massive. Like you cannot conceive of, if you think of a flash flood. Like let's say that you and I think of a flash flood around like the Ottawa River or something like that. It just beggars comparison of the amount of water and debris that came down. And that is something that's due to climate catastrophe, we can look forward to more. So we do want to reverse course.
Nobody is adding these climate catastrophe death totals to the death total of capitalism because the climate catastrophe and capitalism are hand in hand. These are the same things. It is the relentless pursuit of profit at the expense of everything and everybody else that allows these things to happen. But again, we don't consider that the capitalist death total. No.
Believe that fascism, not Marxism, not communism, 100 million dead, is the biggest, greatest evil threat in the world.
I mean,
but again, capitalism, fascism, not the greatest threat.
No, not by a long shot.
Is saying a fascist takeover of this country. And I really hope the Republican Party wakes up to that.
All power is vested in the executive. It sure looks a lot like fascism.
Trump is literally a fascist. Point to one thing, ICE. Talk about everything Trump's doing that is fascist.
At this stage, we're pretty clear on the fact that Donald Trump fashions himself an authoritarian.
You know you're living in a fascist society when you're constantly going over.
Unfortunately, I don't have any flies upstairs. So
the reasons why you're safe. What we want is a country where none of us have to feel that way.
Because at the end of the day, we have a fascist.
No, I want a fascist to feel unsafe.
Not like fascism might come here.
Absolutely.
Fascism has already arrived.
All right. That one guy who said, we want a country where everyone feels safe. I don't. What do I mean by that?
I know you don't.
I don't want.
Yeah, we know.
That's
buddy.
why I don't want
We
you to feel
fucking
safe.
know.
Communists to feel safe. I don't want people who share the goal of subverting and destroying this country. They're not.
Again, tying it to the destruction of the country,
Yeah.
like he's kind of laying it bare, the argument that pro-communists have made this entire time, that, if you threaten the established power with socialism, they will turn to fascism in order to protect it, and so on and so forth. Like, but instead he's just putting it like, well, because Marxism is evil, we just have to do it. We have no other choice.
Yeah.
And it's like all of it hinges on just repeating that Marxism is evil without actually like really offering any context in any substantial way as to why. He just keeps repeating it's bad. We had to do the bad thing because oh god, it's just so bad, that other thing.
To be clear,
but
Marxist-
also just pause for a sec. But also in the year of our Lord 2026 of Americans not having safe food because the FDA has been just gutted.
Yeah.
Are you saying that like this is the system that we're cool
the
with?
American fascist government has cut the government spending that keeps people healthy and safe. They cut that, and now people are getting sick
and dying
and
from
dying.
measles, from
perfectly
bad lettuce,
preventable things.
from
And-
very preventable things from like 2 years ago.
But again,
things that would have gotten caught.
not evil, because we just needed to do it to stick it to those Marxists.
And those in the American Communist Party or the DSA, they don't seek to destroy America because it's fascist. They've always sought to destroy America because it's not Marxist, because it's not communist. It doesn't matter who's in power. They want to bring us to. I don't.
Why would Marxism destroy America? Like that's just like walk me through that.
But
Stephen.
also conflating the DSA with communism is like, don't threaten us with a good time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he wants to extrapolate that the DSA leads to communism, then why is it so unfair to say that like right-wing conservatism leads to fascism? Like, are we not making similar points?
I don't want those people to feel safe. I don't want those people to rest easy.
We know.
I don't want them to create a coalition and turn this into every single communist nation that has ever existed. Let's go through some historical examples here.
You mean the ones that CIA has gone in and
not mean.
leaders?
Sorry?
You mean the communist countries that the CIA has gone in and
the
leaders and installed puppets?
Like remember just like a few months back when Trump literally marched in to Venezuela and kidnapped their president, that they still have held as a prisoner who hasn't faced like any sort of trial or anything like that. Yeah.
That I am supportive of or justifying everyone in the fascist response. Right, everyone involved.
I'm not justifying everyone in it. Yeah, you are though.
Yeah,
that's like exactly what you're.
That's
doing.
not what I'm saying. I'm trying
that
to
is what you're saying.
Literally,
what do you mean?
Chile.
Historical context, no context.
At all. 73, far-right military dictator Pinochet. You've heard this term a lot. It's become just kind of a shorthand insult for a fascist. Pinochet.
Yeah, Pinochet was a fascist, and why does he say it like Pinochet? That's so weird.
Ousted a democratically elected.
I also find it very annoying how he calls ideology ideology.
I know that's
really
been itching my brain too.
Yeah, I know. It keeps hitting my ears the wrong way.
Allende after a coup. Here we see this from the Atlantic. The ultimate lesson of the 1973 coup that brought in General Pinochet's dictatorship was that the people would not.
Oh, I have to read it in the mocking voice, just so everybody knows that they're not supposed to like what I'm saying.
In the end, be denied their choice. Foreign affairs in there. It says, Chile once boasted a longer history of stable democratic rule than most of its neighbors and much of...
Oh my God, he can barely fucking read.
Western Europe. Now it is the last major country on South American continent to return to civilian government after a wave of...
Okay, your silly voice too is actually like making it so hard to listen to you. What the hell are you doing?
Authoritarianism. All right. So Pinochet came in. Oh my God. Here's the reality. From 1970 to 73, do you know what created Pinochet? It was the Marxist Salvador Allende.
Salvador Allende was not a Marxist. Oh, what the and the connection there, that's what created him. What do you? Oh my God!
Far left Unidad Popular Coalition. I'll just say the Unidad Popular Coalition. Socialist, communist.
They can just put words in whatever order you want.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like I got to freshen myself up on Allende a little bit, but yeah, not a Marxist.
Radicals. So, what were the results, by the way? Why do you think Pinochet is still popular today? You can't poll.
He's popular today? What are you talking about?
Officially, Pinochet was immensely popular. Also left, by the way.
No, he was. Also left, by the way. Like, what are you talking about?
Also had 5 elbows, by the way. Like, since we're just saying stuff.
Yeah. He opened his pineal gland and had a third eye by the way. Yeah. Pinochet, not popular and certainly not left. Like, this is a man who murdered like pro-union and pro-worker people.
And people with glasses. Isn't that the guy who killed,
not left?
Isn't that the guy who killed people who had glasses because he didn't like Smarties?
I'm not sure.
Am I?
If anything, I could imagine a fascist killing people with glasses out of like some weird eugenics or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm double checking to see if I am remembering Is this the same? I might be mixing things up. So go ahead, and I'm gonna refresh myself.
Yeah, and was created by Nixon the trade. Yeah, like it was right-wing America that installed Pinochet. Like, that is the actual history there. What the fuck are you talking about, Steven Crowder?
Left of his own volition, which fascists don't tend to do. So why? Why would someone who was a military dictator? Why would could it be because the socialist Marxists before him had inflation up 1,600%? Wages were down 35%.
Wow.
The socialist Allende responded with these price controls that, by the way, created an entire black market and enabled crime cartels. Basic goods were selling for like 142% over normal prices on the black market. So what happened was Pinochet, with overwhelming support, could have been anybody, let's be clear, went in and cleaned things up. Now, could you say that he went a little too far? Well, sure.
Oh, he went a little too far by murdering tons of people. Like, okay, again, Nazis being killed in battle by communists contributes to that very scary 100 million number, right?
Yeah.
But Pinochet just had to go in there to clean things up.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what the fuck, man?
yeah, I was confusing Pol Pot with Pinochet. Pol Pot was the one with the Khmer Rouge who targeted people with glasses because he didn't like Smarties.
Yeah. Pol Pot was like, he's commonly cited amongst right wingers as a Marxist. Like, he did brand himself as one, but from everything I understand of Pol Pot, he was a phony.
I mean, he was a Marxist the same way that the Nazis were democratic.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like,
I think he ran under that red banner, but
but
not really.
Red,
not
you know
really.
what I mean?
Sure, you had a few communists who went for helicopter rides and we never saw them again. But if you
that's not so bad. You know, taking labor leaders who are trying to fight for better wages and throwing them out of helicopters. Oh, it just had to happen. Just had to happen.
No.
What a fucking...
weren't a communist, you weren't at great risk.
Why is this guy considered like a manly man? If you were a communist, you wouldn't have great risk. You sound like a bitch. What is wrong with you? You're sucking helium. Yeah, this is your manly man.
Not whitewashing everything he did, as the left does with communists. But it was a response. So what did you see from 77 to 81? Average GDP growth was about 8%. Inflation fell to single digits from quadruple.
Just adding the ding sound effects to the end.
Yeah.
I can't say any of this is true because, like, based on the things we've already know that he's saying is deliberately deceptive, deliberately lies when he's citing this information with his little like highlighters on the screen. Like, how am I supposed to take any of this seriously? It's like, it's kind of the classic, Ben Shapiro gish gab, where you just say so much so fast that half of it could be true, half of it is probably not, but it's all mashed together. So establishing what's real and what isn't becomes purposefully foggy. So he is being like, and you should detect that as purposeful deception. Like when people are doing things like this, you should go, okay, he's dishing out a little too much, a little too fast without making his points super clear. You should be extremely suspicious when people do that. Agatha adding to the conversation here, the Pinochet dictatorship spread out in South America, and we all know it was because of American intelligence interference. That's why in Brazil we kidnapped the American ambassador.
Sometimes you gotta fucking do that.
Like just so boldly on its face, goofy, stupid bullshit. And I don't know how anybody takes it seriously.
Well, because they don't know what questions to ask, and so they don't. And that is why media literacy and curiosity are important things that we need to instill in people and encourage in people. This idea that winning an argument without having any kind of curiosity as to whether you're wrong is it's going to be the fucking death of all of us.
Okay, so I'm fact checking myself here. Allende was a self-proclaimed Marxist, and was. I think I was getting him mixed up with the guy that Argentina around the same time period. Like I'm getting the A names mixed up here.
I'm not going to be able to help you.
But yeah. But so I'm glad I double checked this. Yes, Allende was a Marxist. He was a good one, and he was very popular and actually was doing very good things for his country, as people very much liked him. His form of democratic socialism that he began to establish, Allende believed that a country could transition to a socialist and Marxist economic model using democratic institutions and constitutional pathways rather through violent crime and revolution. And as president from 70 to 73, he led the Popular Unity Coalition. His government nationalized major industries like copper and banking and expanded land reforms and worked to shift control of the economy to the workers. And let me tell you, that is exactly why America installed Pinochet, because they wanted to reap those resources and be able to take them for themselves. When a country establishes this kind of self-determination where they're like, no, these are our resources and they're going to work to the benefit of our people and we're going to have a worker-ran economy, the global capitalist system as headed by the United States starts to shit its pants. That is the actual reality of what happened. And now to further fact check myself, because I got the name of Allende mixed up there. Argentina.
Agatha mentioned Perón.
Yeah, Perón. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of, because there was a lot. It's been a while since I've read up on this, so I might be a little foggy on my details here. But yeah, like in some ways he was considered like this leftist socialist policy kind of guy, but he also was like right-wing military at the same time. So there was a lot of like kind of fogginess on what Perón's actual ideology was. So yeah, I think that's where I was getting my wires crossed there. So I apologize for saying earlier that Allende was not a Marxist. He very much was, but it was everything else that Stephen Crowder was saying about that history that was so ass backwardsly incorrect. The right-wing bullshit and their ability to say things that make no sense really has a way of like a taser to the brain. You know, it's like a psychic attack. But Another thing to fact check myself with, because I said on the show last week, right before we sign off, I'm going to give myself another fact check here. I had said that Doug Ford was investing in private prisons. He was, in fact, not. He wants to spend billions on publicly owned prisons. Quite frankly, not that much better. I mean, it's better than privatized prisons, but just more prisons to, again, scuttle the criminalization of homelessness and things like that.
Yeah.
Still very fascistic and bad at the end of the day. Yeah. But yeah. I wanted to make sure I was clear that about my claim that these were private prisons. They were, in fact, not.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, shit's fucked. You should. We should be investing in keeping people out of fucking prison. We do that with healthcare and housing and mental health supports and addiction supports. But hey, maybe just throw them in jail and spend exponentially more than we would if we tried to prevent anyone from getting in there. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Yeah. I want to make dinner.
Yep. So that is indeed our show for the evening. Listening to us rant on and me correcting myself. And yeah, be sure to be part of the comments next time so you can fact check me in real time. This has been the Rough Report. And as always, stay rough.